Season 2 of Meghan Markle's lifestyle series opens in a setting already shrouded in artifice, a $10 million stand-in home in Montecito, presented as her humble cottage, despite her actual residence being worth significantly more. The house is staged to perfection, gardens that bloom like a Disney set, tomatoes at peak ripeness, flowers arranged with fairytale precision. Nothing feels authentic, and that becomes the defining issue of the entire program. From the start, the content is strikingly shallow. The first culinary tip Meghan offers her guest, makeup artist and longtime friend Daniel, is to always keep puff pastry in the freezer. Not how to prepare it or elevate it, simply to have it on hand. Daniel appears supportive, smiling dutifully, but his forced enthusiasm borders on uncomfortable, as if he is obliged to play along rather than genuinely engaged. The promise of major celebrity appearances is replaced by familiar faces from her inner circle, leaving the debut feeling small in scale and ambition. Later, accomplished chefs David Chong and Christina Tosi appear, and their ease in front of the camera throws Meghan's performance into stark contrast. They are relaxed, natural, and authentic, while she appears overly rehearsed, straining to project charm. Her interactions are punctuated by exaggerated smiles and mannerisms that seem studied rather than spontaneous. When she suggests an onion tart or reiterates her puff pastry mantra, her delivery carries the weight of a grand revelation, though the content is trivial. The show's contrivance is underscored by awkward production choices. In one instance, Meghan delivers a supposedly profound reflection about rethinking baking to be more spontaneous. Yet the line is clearly dubbed in after filming, her lips unmoving as the voiceover plays. This artificial insertion is jarring, reducing the scene to staged philosophy propped up by editing. Daniel's immediate reply, "So true," only amplifies the inauthenticity, as it becomes a reaction to words never spoken in the moment. What follows is a parade of staged moments, from gifting handmade scarves produced through tedious water marbling to orchestrating flower arranging sessions that are treated with ceremonial gravity. Each gesture feels less about generosity or creativity and more about control. Gifts as subtle assertions of power, activities as vehicles for self-aggrandizement. Guests respond with exaggerated awe, often treating the most mundane suggestions, such as adding lavender honey to graham crackers, as if they are groundbreaking discoveries. The constant, almost ritualistic praise leaves little room for genuine conversation or spontaneity. In the kitchen, Meghan demonstrates little confidence. She moves with hesitation, spilling ingredients, stumbling over basic tasks, and eyeing the oven as though it might betray her. The meals themselves, fried eggs, puff pastry, and marshmallows, lack imagination, resembling sleepover snacks rather than refined recipes. Yet her guests are compelled to act as if they are savoring culinary breakthroughs. Their exaggerated declarations of joy highlight the extent to which the show relies on performance rather than substance. Throughout, Meghan attempts to weave narratives of identity and transformation, comparing herself at one point to a samurai because of her interest in calligraphy and flower arranging. Such comparisons, lofty and grandiose, underline her need to frame even the simplest hobbies as part of a larger mythology about herself. Every activity becomes a metaphor, every anecdote a performance of depth. The show crescendos with a reflective monologue in which Meghan declares she has lived through so many chapters. Delivered with heavy solemnity, the line is presented as if recounting survival through profound hardship, when in reality it functions more as a carefully rehearsed soundbite, less reflection, more branding. This seriousness sits uncomfortably alongside the artificiality of the production, underscoring the disconnect between intent and execution. By the time the credits roll, the purpose of the series becomes unmistakable. The first name to appear is Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, a reminder that, despite her rejection of royal life, she continues to trade on the very title she claims to have left behind. This is not a program about food, creativity, or even connection. It is a stage designed to reinforce an image, Meghan as visionary hostess, misunderstood genius, and central figure in every narrative. Ironically, the more she tries to control the perception, the less convincing it becomes. The heavy-handed editing, forced praise, and constant self-reference expose the show's hollowness. What emerges is not the portrait of a warm, authentic host, but of someone acutely aware of image, desperate to curate every frame. In attempting to present spontaneity, the series reveals only orchestration. The result is not simply a weak cooking show. It is something stranger, a glossy performance so carefully constructed and yet so transparently inauthentic that it collapses into self-parody. Meghan sought to create an environment where every moment felt profound. Instead, The cracks in the performance reveal a person unwilling to relinquish control, clinging to titles and illusions, and inadvertently offering the clearest picture yet of who she truly is.